station show. Ayy, see me, I'm a legend in these streets, yeah. If you need some game, to come to me, yeah. Watch us turn y'all boys to men, y'all gon' see, yeah. Help them get some money, build their legacy, yeah. Whoa, see me, I'm a legend in these streets, yeah. If you need some game, to come to me, yeah. Watch us turn y'all boys to men, yeah, you gon' see, yeah. Help them build some money, build their legacy, yeah. Ayy, said it's the gas station show, yeah. Whoa, we got that gas for your soul, yeah. Ayy, you need some game, this where you go, ayy. Whoa, you need some game, this where you go, ayy. We're not new to this, we've been true to this. We pulling out the slabs, just the lane switch. When them boys get mad, they get dangerous. Lil' homie, watch your backs, don't miss your angles. Said it's the gas station show, whoa, whoa. We got that gas for your soul, ayy. Whoa, said it's the gas station show, ayy. We got that gas.
Welcome to another episode of the Gas Station Podcast. We back live. It's Legacy. You understand me? This is the Gas Station Podcast, man. We just thank y'all for another blessed day. You understand me? For tuning in, tapping in, and man, being a family, being a community in this Gas Station Podcast. Yeah, today we got a great another episode. We're gonna be talking about taking ownership in your life, man. Taking ownership in your life. A lot of times, man, we give all authority. We don't want nobody to tell us nothing, but we always giving all our authority up every chance we get. So today we're gonna talk about, and I'm not gonna be talking about on the perspective of the side of the person who steals your ownership. I'm gonna be talking on the side of you on how not to give your ownership away. You understand me by in a whole bunch of different ways. And don't be tricked by glitter and gleam, and don't be tricked by a motherfucker give you a piece of candy or something sweet. You understand me? Or don't be tricked by, you understand me, putting the onus of the blame on somebody else, man. You know, these are the things that you give your ownership away. You understand me? And so we're gonna talk about these three things today in the Gas Station Podcast. Man, make sure that y'all like and subscribe to the channel. You understand me? All my YouTubers, man, I thank y'all, man, always, man. You understand me? We rocking and rolling, man. We live and in action now. And all my Instagrammers and all of my Facebookers, man, that also tune in, man. I thank y'all, man, for the love, the support, and the loyalty, man, and the community that we are building, man. Today, we're going to be talking about taking ownership in your life, man. Taking ownership in your life, man. Taking complete responsibility for everything that you do in your life. We're talking about taking responsibility for every action or inaction that you do in your life, man. And so, you know, these things are important. Hold on right quick. What's up, Mac? What's up, Mac? We talk about taking ownership, man. Hold on right quick, y'all. Yeah, we're talking about taking ownership, man, and man, making sure we have, you know, that we don't relinquish our ownership to nobody, man. And so we're gonna talk about, you know, I like to talk in threes, man, because I believe 3 is a divine number, man. So, you know, and then plus threes don't take up a lot of time, cause y'all know I can go on and on and on sometimes, which is a good thing, man, because, you know, I got so much game to give and so much love to give, you understand me, and so many teachers to give, man, that sometimes I could just ramble on. But, you know, I want to make sure that I give y'all quality information, man. So the first thing we're going to talk about as far as you not giving your ownership of your life away, it's called entitlement. Entitlement. Whenever you feel entitled, And there's a few key things that you need to do where you're not entitled. When you're entitled, man, you think somebody owes you something. You think somebody's supposed to do something for you. You think that because you did something or because they are who they are, that they are, or that they owe you anything. They don't owe you shit. They don't owe you a goddamn thing. You understand me? And nobody owes you anything. The only person that owes you is yourself. And every time you think somebody owes you something or should do something for you or is wrong because they didn't do this or that for you, then you relinquish your authority, not over them or anybody else, but you relinquish your authority over yourself and you give it to them. Because you give them ownership over you and your actions or your misactions or what you have or what you don't have. And when you take ownership, full ownership of what you have or what you don't have or what you're missing, and then what you do is you start moving different. You start moving, you understand me, like a step. You don't move like you know what I'm saying? You don't move, weak or timid, man, because when you own up to everything that's in your life, man, you know what I'm saying, then you act different, man, about all things that you encounter. I'm gonna give you an example of something that y'all might not want to hear. Say, for example, you got what's going on, brother? What's going on, Apon? What's happening? That's my little brother there. You understand me? He's in the building with me, man. He's always in the building with me, man. You understand me? Hey, let me give you an example of ownership, man. Say for instance, you take a job, or you go and apply for a job, or you'll go. Say for instance, let's use an example. Say for instance, you go want to cut somebody's grass, and they say, "Hey, I'll pay you $45 for cutting your grass." We just use all hypothetical numbers, man. Ain't none of this real. This is just all, we're just speaking hypothetically. But you want $65 to cut the grass. Okay? So you have two choices what you can do. You can either cut the grass for $45, or you can cut the grass, well, you got three choices. Or you can cut the grass for $65 if he comes up to your price, or you can leave. But whichever one you do, you take ownership to it. You don't say, well, I'll do it for $45, but that's not what I wanted, so I'm gonna do a half-ass job. If you agree to do something, then you take ownership of that. If you become a part of anything, even if you don't own it, when you become a part of something or go work for somebody or go, work anywhere, or if you decide to get employment, take ownership of that job. Don't just be an employee at that job. Don't just I just work here. Shit, they own it. Letting people steal from the job, letting people abuse the job, you abusing the job because you feel like you don't own it. All of that is stealing your advancement, stealing your ability to become wealthy. Let me repeat that. Stealing your ability to become wealthy. And it's stealing your credibility. And when you don't learn to take ownership in the things that you do, you destroy your own wealth, because everything, every day, every action is a reaction, and every action develops you for tomorrow. And every seed you plant today, the harvest ain't today, the harvest is tomorrow. And so you may look like, oh, that sorry son of a bitch, that sorry motherfucker, I didn't want to work for him nowhere. That's the reason I ain't do no good job. And guess what happens? You may not did no good job for him, but that entitlement thinking that a motherfucker owe you something, so you're not gonna do what you're supposed to do, or you're gonna half-ass do it because you don't believe like it's yours. You feel like that it's theirs, and they just owe you. Then what happens with that is you're developing habits, so when you do get yours, that's your habit. That's your natural habit. That's naturally who you're gonna be. And so when your business won't be successful because you inhabit to do half-ass work. This is why you always take ownership, because when you take ownership, you always take full accountability of what goes on to you and around you. And you don't tolerate bullshit. Because guess what? You could have said when it's $45, you could have said, no, I don't want to be here and I don't have to be here. And you could have took ownership that way. Or you could have said, hey, I want to do the $45 because you know what I'm saying, that's what I'm going to get paid. And so you give that your best effort. You give it because you just chose to be there. You could have said no. And what you don't understand is when you say, when you do a great job, even though he may not paid you what you deserve, you practice and are developing the skills that you're gonna need for when you get on your own for your success. And you already are in play for that. You are already prepared for that. And so that's important to your development. That's important to your development. And so it's always important to make sure that you are, every step you make is to your empowerment and to your betterment. And just because you didn't buy it and you don't hold a title don't mean you can't take ownership in every situation that you're in. Every position that you're in, every position that you agree to be in. And so this is important in taking ownership in your life. Is not feeling entitled, like if they don't pay me or if they was, I'm entitled, I shoot, you know, they supposed to do this for me. No, they ain't. They ain't supposed to do shit for you. You're supposed to do for yourself. And you're supposed to develop yourself through your, hold on right quick. You're supposed to develop yourself through your actions. Yeah, you're supposed to develop yourself through your actions. And I always remember that. You're always supposed to develop yourself through your actions. You understand me? So never think of yourself or never be entitled because you ain't entitled to shit. And when somebody makes you feel like, I want you to always think, when somebody makes you feel like they owe you something, that means you giving them the keys to your car. That means you giving them the keys to your life. So never feel like, that's why the God always tells you always be the lender, not the borrower. Never feel like somebody owes you something. Automatically get that out your mind. Nobody owes you shit. You only owe yourself. If somebody owes you something, or you feel like somebody owes you something, or should do something for you, and then they hold the keys to your destiny, and you want to get your keys to your destiny back, by not allowing yourself mentally to think that somebody owes you something, because nobody owes you anything. And so break that entitlement feeling up. Break that entitlement feeling up, because at the end of the day, if somebody does something for you, or y'all exchange, or y'all do commerce, or y'all work together, it's one thing. But nobody owes you anything. You understand me? You owe yourself. You owe yourself. And you will reap what you sow. You do good work at the end of the week, you'll get a good paycheck at the end of the week. You do things of value, you'll get a good paycheck at the end of the week. So do the things that will develop your brand, develop you. Don't give people ownership over your life by thinking that somebody owes you something, because nobody owes you a damn thing. The only person that owes you something is yourself. That's number one, man, that entitlement syndrome. When we think we're entitled to something, we think somebody owes us something, we think somebody should give us something, to their family or their cousins or their brothers or their sisters or their best friends or their uncles or their nephews or whatever the case may be, or they just whatever, you understand me? Or the boss, even the boss, you understand me? Whoever it is, you know what I'm saying? Nobody owes you anything. The only person that owes you something is God. And God gave it to you, and that was your breath of life. And now what you do with it is your choice, and you're accountable for your life. Nobody else is accountable for your life but yourself. And so whatever your life ends up, that's your fault. That ain't mama's fault, that ain't daddy's fault, that ain't husband's fault, that ain't sister's fault, that ain't wife's fault, that ain't nobody's fault but you. And so every situation that doesn't go your way, or what you think should go your way, you should take an opportunity to learn from it, grow from it, build from it. Man, that's entitlement. You understand me? Number two is very important. Number two is very important. You understand me? Never, ever, ever, ever be enabled by somebody. People be enablers because people want company. People want friendship. People want companionship. So people will enable you and bring you up under them and give you guilt trips while you need to and feed you and feed you big old fat meals, and give you money and take care of you, you know what I'm saying, for their own individual, I got a word, but I don't want to be so crude, it just, you just don't want nobody to constantly enable you and take care of you, and then you ain't able to take care of yourself, especially men. Men, mama's boys and all of this, man. Don't be enabled by somebody. Don't allow people to take your ability to be independent away from you. Don't allow somebody to take your ability of ownership away from you, because they own you because they have been your enabler. You allow somebody to, especially grown folks, you allow somebody to be the one who takes care of you. You understand? Y'all should work together, even in relationships. Y'all should be working together to empower each other. Yes, a man is supposed to be the provider, and I totally agree with that. But you don't allow a man to enable a woman, and a woman should not enable a man. And you should, in mothers and fathers, or sisters and brothers, or whoever the case may be, girlfriends, or whoever, big women, you know what I'm saying? Big old sassy women, or whatever. Y'all don't allow them to be no enablers, man, to you. And you can't get out and create your independence. You will never be successful like that. Now, I'm not saying don't get mentors, but never allow anybody to be an enabler to you. Don't allow somebody to enable you from being independent. And we ain't talking about being no feminists and all of this old bullshit. We talking about being enabled. You should be able to be interdependent any relationship you get into. And we'll be able to work as a team and be able to work together for a bigger cause together, not a one-sided relationship or one person taking care of the other. You understand me? And the person doesn't know how to take care of themselves. So never allow people to enable you. And so always be aware of that. You understand me? Because what it does is it steals your ability to have ownership over your life, man. So every situation you put yourself in, always keep your ownership. Always keep the key to the car. You understand me? That don't mean being arrogant, and that doesn't mean being, oh man, you can't tell me nothing. No, that's not what that is. That's not what that is. Because people have to be able to work with you. You have to be flexible enough where somebody could work with you, where people can tell you something, people can help you, people can grow, you can grow together. You understand me? And you adding value just like they're adding value. But never give people control over you where you become enabled by somebody else. That's big. That's big. And I'm not talking about the enabler. I'm talking about the one who is being enabled. Because you will never be successful and you will never gain success if you're looking for somebody else to take care of you. The only person you need to be under their refuge is God himself. Is Christ himself. That's number 2, man, on the list, man. Don't be enabled, man. Don't allow people to enable you, man. And you know what I'm saying? And also, on the other hand, don't be an enabler, man. You know, don't try to play God, man. Let them rise up. Let them create independence. And they'll be a better friend and a better partner if you allow them to grow and allow them to create an interdependent relationship with you instead of you being an enabler and they being enabled. You understand me? Because that creates a codependent relationship that is not healthy for either side, and you could never be successful being enabled. All right, that's number 2. That's number 2. That's number 2 on the list. This is the last and final one. This is a big one. You know, I always try to leave that third one for the big one, man. You know, and this is the one, man, that we all have to be aware of. We all have to be aware of. And taking ownership on your life. And if you can practice these 3 things, you are going to be well on your way to success. You're going to be well on your way to success, man. Just practicing these 3 things, man. You know what I'm saying? Taking ownership in your life, man. You know, this last one is quit blaming everybody else. One thing I hate is when somebody blames everybody else and doesn't take accountability for themselves or for their actions or for the things that go around in their space. Quit blaming others. My opinion, anything that happens in my life, and not only in my life, but in my square box, is always my fault. My children do anything in my home, it's my fault. That's the reason they can't do it 2 times, because it's my fault. It's my fault. You understand me? When I was married, in a relationship when I was married, and it didn't work out well, I don't give a fuck what happened. It's my fault. It's always going to be, because God ordained me as the man of the home to be in charge of my home. To be the man of the home. So it's my fault. In business, it's my fault. I learned that. I learned that valuable lesson. I'm going to tell you what happened to me one time. I had, when I had my towing business, I had one of my drivers went through BMW and he hit 4 BMWs. And guess what he did? It cost me $40,000 because they sued my company for $40,000. But guess what my driver did? He brought my truck back and quit. That's all he did. He brought my truck back and quit. That's it. So guess who had to pay for that? Me. Because guess whose business it was? Me. Guess who was the owner? Me. And so everything in my life, in my home, with me, it's never nobody else's fault with me when it comes to me. And you'll never hear me blame somebody else for my misfortune, for anything that happens to me, for bad decisions I make, for good decisions. I'm gonna take the glory when things are going good, because I'm also gonna take the bad when things are going bad. And I'm never gonna place blame, even if it hypothetically it might have been their fault. It ain't gonna be their fault. It's my fault because it's my life. It never gonna be nobody else's fault, because I'm never handing anybody the keys for my destruction. I'm never handing anybody the keys to my destruction. Everything is my fault, and I live by that rule. Not blaming others that go for things that go on in your life. If you take ownership, and you learn to practice ownership, you learn to practice another more powerful word. It's called accountability. So if you get paid, we'll go back from the beginning. If you get paid $45, guess what? That's your fault. Because first of all, you accepted the job to be there. That ain't his fault, that's your fault. You accepted the job to be there. And second of all, you're doing things, whatever it may be, for $45. So whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But regardless, if you choose to do it, it's your fault. It's your fault. If you do a half-ass job, it's your fault. Everything is your fault. I can't think of nothing that ain't your fault. In my life, everything is my fault. I can't think of nothing that ain't gonna be my fault. I'm not playing the victim. I'm not playing the victim. And I'm not giving anybody the keys to my car or to my life. I'm responsible for that. So, with the good, the bad, or the ugly, I hold on to the keys to my life. Y'all hold on to the keys to your life, man. Y'all take ownership in your life. If once you learn to take ownership in your life, man, that propels you and that starts moving you on your road to success. That starts moving you on your stairway to success. Like I always say, man, the stairway to success, you got two ways to go up. You got the elevator and you got the stairs. And I always remember, sometimes the elevator may be getting maintenance. Sometimes the elevator may be getting served out of order. Sometimes the elevator may be full. But one thing that you can always count on is the stairs to success. They always open. And it's up to you not to be lazy to take the stairs up. But it's there for you. It's up to you to take it and move forward. And do the thing that you have to do and take accountability and taking ownership in everything. From the home you rent, guess what? That's yours. You in there, that's yours. You the owner. To the job you go on to choose to work on, guess what? If you choose to be there, you own it. Take ownership. To the home you choose to be in, to the relationships you choose to be, take ownership of those relationships. You're gonna treat them differently. You're not gonna abuse them. You're not gonna treat people bad. You understand me? You're gonna be a credibility. People got to trust you, man. Got to trust you, man. Take ownership in your life. Live your life. Start working towards your goals. This the gas station podcast, y'all, man. This the gas station, man. This the gas station. It's the fueling ground for the mind, the body, and the soul, man. Y'all know we ain't gonna do nothing but give it to you raw and uncut on the gas station podcast. You know, we want to fuel you up. We want to fill you up. You understand me? And today is a day of ownership, man. We're going to take ownership in everything that we do, everything that we encounter. When you move in that direction, once it gets in your hemisphere, guess what? You own that book. You own that book. You just took title to it. You understand me? You know, I was watching the ministry today, you know, because I always try to watch things and try to prepare when I talk about certain things. And he talked about it today. He said, we're not stewards on earth. He said God gave us dominion, gave us ownership on earth. And our work is stewardship. Is in management of the earth, management of what God has blessed you with, management of your life. So if your life is in disarray, it's because two things are not taking ownership and you're not managing your life properly. So, man, you know what I'm saying? Take ownership of your life, man. Understand the power of ownership. You understand me? And understand that anything or anywhere you choose to be, you are the owner of that. Don't worry about the other owner. You know, God is the real owner, but he also made us owners, co-owners. And take care of your stuff. Take care of what God has blessed you with. And that is how you will get the increase. And with that, man, this is the Legacy Moves, man. Make sure y'all tap into the podcast, man. Make sure y'all always stay tuned, man, into the gas station, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's Legacy Moves, you feel me? And also know that, man, that we spitting game and we're going to be talking every day. I made a commitment that I'm going to start getting on every day. I missed 4 days. My daughter had a graduation. I was down in Tampa. And I didn't get to get on, and man, every day I was yearning to get on, and I was feeding myself good information, man, and listening to audio books every day, man, preparing for the day that I was able to get back on, and the day I'm back on with you guys. And man, I hope that y'all received a good message today on taking ownership of your life and making sure that you don't put yourself in a situation where you feel entitled, you think somebody owes you something. If somebody owes you something, dispel that thought immediately, because when they owe you, that means they hold the keys to your life. Never allow anybody to owe you. Always be the lender, not the borrower. You understand me? Never allow somebody to owe you. Nobody owes you shit. You owe yourself. Remember, don't never allow anybody to be an enabler. Don't allow nobody to overflow your life where they give you guilt trips and take over your life or feed you and take care of you. You understand me? Like you're a little baby, man. You understand me? Don't allow people to be enablers, man, and make you sorry. You understand me? And make you lazy and make you a derelict, man. Don't do that, man. Don't do that, man. Keep ownership, man. Stay in power of your life, man. You understand me? Don't let them never give anybody that much control. And don't blame others for your life. Don't blame others for your situation. Don't blame others for the things that are going on in your life. You understand me? You take full responsibility. You take full accountability for your life and everything that goes on in your life and everything in your hemisphere, man. You understand me? That's important, man. And with that being said, man, this is Gas Station Podcast. This is Legacy Moves, man. Y'all like and subscribe, man. I love y'all. I love the community. Man, you see we got a full house today in all 3 platforms, man. And I appreciate the love. I appreciate the respect. And I love my community, my gas station community, man. And with that being said, we are out.